Yeah, and they have DerpyCon.
We're
What should
live!
we do?
We're live!
Oh yeah, we are like.
We're live!
What is that?
What?
The art demon took over.
What art demon?
Oh, you know,
Oh lord, she's got amnesia.
drawing all those Mikus.
Drawing
that
all those
please.
Mikus?
Those Mikus
I
really
actually-
fucked you up, huh?
I actually drew more than 18 Mikus. I technically did like 8 additional drawings on top of them.
Girl, put that pen down. Put that art pen down. Like, calm it down.
I went, I don't know, man. Miku Expo did something to me.
Well, you remember when I said that that one Miku song they were playing sounded like the end of a movie when like she's trying to absorb all the power and she's gonna come out of the fucking screen? It seems like she possessed someone's soul.
Miku came out of the screen and choked me by the neck.
Yeah. I must draw every Miku.
What a great
Anyway.
way for us to open this live.
Hello, Seed. Hello, Ray.
Hello.
How are you guys doing? How's life? You guys chilling? It's been a while.
It's gone insane.
Chat.
Goes insane.
Chat, is this real?
Lose my mind.
Chat,
Uh,
is this real?
Our Lord and Savior has to name Miku.
Unironically, can no longer see chat on Twitch.
you got redacted by chat.
No, I found it.
Oh. I was
It
like,
got
oh
worse.
no. Oh no.
I'm like, oh, no more chat. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Been working, it's boring and great. You know what? That sounds about right. That's the average work experience.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's just boring, you know? It could be worse. You could be suffering. We don't like suffering in the workplace.
That's called being a retail worker.
Me getting ready to strangle one of my coworkers.
Most normal retail experience.
No, it's because she's so catty sometimes.
Most normal retail
Oh my
experience.
god.
I had somebody like that in Starbucks, which is, I don't know, working the morning shift at Starbucks changed something in me. I don't know if it was for the better. It was probably for the worse.
I think you lost a part of your soul when you were working there.
Yeah, waking up every day at 2:30 in the morning and sleeping in my work clothes so I don't have to change when I wake up does something to you.
Really fucks you up, huh?
Yeah, that and UPS were the worst days of my life.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Not
it's
UPS.
it's just that she acts like she's the boss of like, cause my job is basically to pack boxes for Target, and she acts like she's the boss of like how fast someone's going at packing. I'm like, girl,
Yep.
they scheduled me
man.
back here for a reason. Like, if the bosses are scheduling me here, like, come on, girl, keep it up, keep it up.
Use your brain cells. Rub them together.
And the thing that's so shitty is that whenever she walks into the break room, she's like, oh, it stinks in here. Mind you, majority of the staff is ethnic. So it's ethnic food. That's
Oh.
like they're warming
Oh.
up. So she's saying shit about people's ethnic food. I'm like, please stop.
That
Please, for the
that's
love of
not
God,
good.
stop saying that. I'm like, it's so rude. Like, what the actual... And it doesn't even smell that bad.
Oh
So
man.
like, I don't understand why she's like acting like that.
She's causing problems on purpose.
That's all she lives for that. She lives for that.
Yeah. You gotta bite
me,
her.
me with my current coworker.
You gotta bite
Going
her.
Ghost Pharaoh.
Ghost Bear.
Couldn't be me. I ain't got that shit at my job. Good luck with y'all guys.
What?
I said, couldn't be me. I ain't got that shit at my job. Good luck though.
It's okay. I'm already known as a dedicated worker.
Oh no, it's over for you.
I know.
Once you get classified as a dedicated, hardworking work, nah,
Listen,
it's
listen,
over.
listen.
we
They
ain't
already
never gonna
had-
see your ass no more.
And I already
left
had
it
the
and you-
snitch role.
Celestia, enjoy that drawing in that cubicle when you can. Okay?
Yeah, it's
Enjoy
over.
it.
It's
over.
over.
We should really start yapping about our actual topic. by
Oh,
the way.
Ray. We can
Oh,
start
yeah.
about Kogaracon since that was the first thing we went to.
Right. Should we introduce ourselves? I think it's the same people who know who we are. so I don't
Everyone
think
knows who we are. I don't think we need
Yeah,
introductions.
we don't need to. Yeah,
Unless someone really wants us to introduce ourselves.
we don't. We
And
don't.
who are you?
Who are you guys? Nah, we ain't gotta do that shit. Anyway, let's talk about Kogaracon.
Is Kogaracon or Kogaracon?
Kogara? It does not
okay.
matter.
Kogara?
It's
Kogara?
spelled the
Kogara?
same way.
Koga-
Kogara?
Kogara?
I say Kogaracon.
Me too.
Kogara. I'll say Kogara.
Yeah, do whatever you want, honey.
I'll straight the path. Everyone knows who you are, but did they know how you are? We just said how we are. Wait,
Yeah.
did we?
Two out of the three of us are not doing that well, it seems.
How about I
Hey, man,
snitch
I'm
my
doing
coworker?
Biting. Mauling.
Fighting.
my coworker.
Maybe.
But yeah,
Bite
I
you.
mean, Kogaracon. Okay, maybe we should explain
The start.
Kogaracon.
Our
Yeah.
original plan. We wanted to get a panel somewhere. Anywhere. We were desperate. We were looking the dirt any con we can. We tried and we applied to 2 different conventions. And we were like, we have to get into one of them, right? So one of
We
them
got into both of them.
we got into both of them.
No, we applied to 3 and got into 2.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
Remember, we also applied to
Third one.
CPAC.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
yeah,
Yeah, we did
Castle
apply
Point.
to Castle Point. Yeah, we got rejected by Castle Point.
But that's okay.
We got
Got
accepted
Castle
to
Point.
Kogaracon, and we got accepted to Shenanigans, which is next month. If anyone is going to Shenanigans, which
If you manage to secure tickets.
yeah, if you manage to
Good luck
fight
with
people for tickets and you're willing to stay a weekend at a hotel, then we will be there hosting not 1 but 2
But
panels.
Oh,
Because we didn't expect both of them to get in.
honestly, that was wild when I saw that Smasher Pass got accepted, man.
We kind of were like weighing our options. We're like, okay, we had to ration it because we were like, okay, if 1 panel gets in, that's 2 people who get tickets, and then only 3 people had to do. It was so weird how we were doing it. Because we were like, once we found out there was a 450 person limit at that con,
It was do or die.
we were doing math equations. Suffering from success.
Yeah, it's suffering of success.
Essentially, yes.
Like, I felt like, I was like, okay, we'll definitely get Kogaracon most likely, because I'm like, it's a college.
Yeah, this
This
is. I would say like it's a small. I would say like medium size.
I feel like it was small.
It was small.
Smallish,
It's
medium.
a
It was
one-day
small.
small.
I say for a college is pretty big.
Yeah, for a college con, it was big.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
college con it's big.
Compared to what we knew before, which was like mini-con. It was
Yeah.
Over itty bitty.
Minicon is
itty-bitty.
it takes mini. It takes mini.
It takes mini seriously.
Damn, they weren't kidding. This shit mini.
But
Yeah.
like, Kogaracon was small for normal college levels. I mean, like, again, compared to like Minicon or ToshoCon, which took place in like the library.
Oh yeah, that was also pretty small.
It's
Yeah.
pretty big. It's pretty medium size. But like on the scale of like compared to like
Conventions.
Normal
Conventions, yeah, it's small.
convention?
It's small.
yeah, it's small, but it's very obvious that they're trying to get to Castle Point level.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, we could also be a college con that's really big. Because I think next year they're going to be toying with the idea of doing 2 days.
Which will be fun.
Yeah,
That would be fun.
be
We get
fun.
panels for both days.
Yeah. And like, I feel like, okay, how about we do a round table of how people felt about Kogaracon?
Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go first. For Kogaracon, I felt that it was a pretty solid convention. Like, I felt like it had a good list of panels, pretty good list of panels. Pretty nice setup, pretty good artist alley. I did like that they added the Asian food truck festival along with it, so like you didn't have to rely on college food or leaving the campus to get food.
That would have been a long walk.
Which, by the way, because of where the campus is, it's not like other campuses in our state.
Oh,
it would have been
thank
hard
you for
to find
the
food
raid
outside
stream
of the campus.
code. Let me give
I
you
think
a shout.
the closest.
That closest one would have been far as hell. Oh, thank you, Ray. Oh,
Yeah, I think the closest.
we are doing a little after talk about our Kogaracon experience and Miku Expo. But hello, Stream Toad. How are you doing? How's your day? Alright, you guys could talk. I'm sorry.
But like, yeah, so it's like, it kind of was like weird in the sense that, it definitely, how do I explain it? Like, I did like that they had the Asian Food Truck Festival. I found that it was pretty reasonably priced. It was only $20 for the day. And we, Nim and I, Celestia and I paid $15 because we were panelists.
Yes, panelists get a $5 discount compared to regular entries, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. A nice little discount. I wasn't expecting free, especially since
it's a small con.
Yeah.
They need the income.
That. Yeah. So like it was pretty good. I mean, again, everything was kind of self-explanatory when we went there. Like they were like, "Hey, all of the panels were basically on one floor." Like,
yeah, I actually think that's actually very organized on their end. And they had like a bunch of like arrows on the floor, so it was very easy for people to find their way and like find the panel room. Like we found our panel room pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna struggle in Shenanigans because it might be bigger.
I ain't gonna lie though. And they did have like signs pointing to everywhere. I mean, it was small, so you just had to look around and you'll eventually find where you needed to be. I think my one gripe, outside of the guide, which I think we'll get to it later.
Well, we'll get to him later.
Oh god.
Stares at you.
My one gripe was the internet.
Oh god.
Because
I have to talk about that one.
Yeah, you can talk about that one. But it wasn't good.
Ray and I, we like collecting anime merchandise, and they had a lot of good artists that had really nice Genshin and Honkai Star Rail stuff. So I was like, hey Ray, I'm going to this con, here's the Artist Alley book. Just let me know who you want to get stuff from and I'll buy it for you. So then like time comes to the Artist Alley. I'm like, okay, great. I'm trying to text her on Discord. Discord's not working. She's not receiving my messages on Discord. My Discord messages aren't being counted as read. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So then I switched to my phone. To text her. I'm like, okay, Ray, what do you want? And it's like saying my messages aren't going through, but she's responding, so they're definitely going through. So I'm like, okay, this is pretty bad. But you know what? It's okay. She could send me pictures of like what she wants, and I could find the people that she wants to buy from. And then she says the image, and like they're not really loading. They're kind of loading, but they're not really loading. And I'm like, okay, Ray, I need names. And then like Ray was trying to message me, but I'm like, okay, you know what? Messaging isn't working. I need to call her. So then I called her, and I was like, okay, what do you want? And she was like, I want something from this like one store. And I'm like, I look, and I'm standing right in front of it. I'm like, oh, great, amazing. I'm like, okay, so now who do you want? Phone cuts off. And I was like, bruh, this, I was barely on call with her for like 1 or 2 minutes and it cut off. I was like, oh, fuck. And I'm already like standing, waiting to order. I'm like, oh shit. And then I had to like recall her, and like that one ended up being fine. And I was able to get her merchandise, but like I really just couldn't like like call her. Like it was really bad. Like you couldn't really like call anyone or like text anyone. Nothing was really getting in. It was really, really bad. So at that point, we just like I just got stuff for her for like one shop, and like we just called it a day from there because both of us eternally realized that this was just not gonna work out. That was not gonna work out. And they had like a really good artist, so I'm like, the communication's gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, the artist account who a lot of the artists that were at the con didn't have a catalog up, so Ray just had to look at their shop, and she was like guessing. She was like, do they have Farina? And I was like, no, choose someone else. Did they have this person? No, choose someone else.
I will say though, like some of the artists that were at JPCon last year were at
Yeah, they
this
were
con.
there. I think
Yeah.
those are local New Jersey based artists.
Yeah.
Because I looked
So-
at
Yeah.
some of their like Etsy's and it was like New Jersey, New Jersey, New Jersey, New York, New Jersey.
New York.
Also sounds
So,
like a
like,
cool game, Student Toad.
Yeah. I was really excited because they one of the dealers that they had was Gundam Planet, which is a New Jersey-based Gundam dealer. So I was like, and they were also one of the more reasonably priced dealers outside of the Hawks figure. Like outside of that Hawks figure, I
Oh my
don't know
gosh.
what they were thinking.
The $80 prize figure?
Yeah, that $80 price figure was crazy. That's a choice, man. That was a
Insane.
choice. I'm like $80. It was nearly the same price. It was $10 less than this Ichigo scale figure that they were selling right next to it. But outside of that, it was pretty good. They had good prices. But that internet was bad.
Terrible.
It was to the point. It was to the point where I was like, I don't know if it's better to connect to the guest Wi-Fi.
No, I was
Or
on
not
no. I was on the guest Wi-Fi during that call. During that call, I was on the guest Wi-Fi and it cut off.
Yeah, I was like, this ain't good, man. This ain't
I'm like, why?
this is a little rough.
Thank God our panel wasn't internet based.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Those Lolitas on
Well-
the Lolita panel, they were struggling.
Yeah.
We were kind of smart to just download it on a USB stick beforehand, which is a miracle that USB stick's still alive because I had it since the I don't know, 3rd grade.
Insane.
That thing is well over a decade old.
It's trying.
It's trying and it's surviving. It survived more than my external hard drive. I'll give it that.
But like, I mean, like, unfortunately for the NJ Lolitas, they tried to do that free Kahoot and that basement internet.
Ooh.
Shut them down.
It was rough. It was rough. We also like those desks were small. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, they were very tiny.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
feel like
I'm like, am I tripping? I'm like, my college was not like this.
I
with the
feel
desks.
like I
Those desks
feel
were fat phobic, I'm gonna be real.
I feel
Yeah.
like those desks kind of reminds me of like the older classrooms from my college. Like they would have super tiny desks like that.
Mhm.
And it just gave me war flashbacks of being a suffering like left-handed student on those type of chairs.
Mine, like my desk was our desk was the ones that you flip.
Oh.
Like you flip the table
See-
up and then you flip them down.
See, we had like
Oh.
regular desks, and then like some of the older ones had like those like half desk where like it would only loop around on the right-handed side, and there will
Mm.
only be like 1 or 2 left-handed looping sides.
Yeah, you had to fight for those.
Yeah, and I would have to fight for them, and like the bitches who are right-handed would take them like, get the fuck out.
But like, yeah, like those were like some fat phobic desks. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, oh, we can't move them? They're attached? They're attached
Yeah,
to
no.
the desk? Do not be fat and go to that and go to Kogaracon. Whatever you do,
They
do
have
not
like
be
those old ass desks. Schools need to start replacing those desks, man.
They really do.
Like I get it. You know, the furniture still works, but come on.
I get it.
Come
you got
on.
the cheapest bidder. You got the cheapest bidder to furnish your school. So now, everybody has to suffer.
It reminds me of
But-
like how in my college, apparently, from what I heard, is that they gave the art students like shitty chairs in the computer room because they're not meant to like sit down there for too long. But the thing is, as a graphic art student, you're like sitting there for like 3 hours straight.
Damn.
Oh, this is going off topic. But
We're getting really off topic.
But I will say that like my school the school I went to in Germany, they like to be very out there, very modern, very minimalist. So they had like these rolly chairs in their study room that wasn't fully a stool, but wasn't fully a chair. So it had like a very mini small back. And it was the most uncomfortable thing that you could ever sit in. And I would sit in there for like my 3-hour stats class and cry once I did it.
God.
Damn.
But yeah, the internet was horrible.
Should we talk about our lunchtime before we go into our panel talk?
The lunchtime?
The lunchtime, our lunch adventure.
Born to eat fried cheese. Forced to not.
Okay. Lunch is split into two things, okay? Our initial lunch wasn't that bad, I find. It took a while, but then again, it is food trucks and it is a pretty big convention. So it was either that or overpriced pizza from like the school cafeteria.
Or
the Wawa that was like...
Oh yeah, the Wawa.
We would have to have walked down a highway to get to.
Miles and miles long walk for the Wawa.
Yeah.
So like, it wasn't bad. I mean, it took a while.
The food was good.
The food was good. I really liked those custard cakes.
It was good. Near the end though, I was trying to get that corn dog, those Korean corn dogs. And I feel like God just said, your lactose ass was not going to get it. God said no. Because, like, okay, we initially went. I was like, okay, I'll get some boba tea and then I'll go get it. We go to the corn dogs. They're like, oh, something happened to our fryer. So, like, literally, right as we walked up and we
were literally next in line.
And they're
literally next in line.
Hi,
and they're like, yeah, something happened to our fryer, so we're not taking orders. And I'm like, okay.
I know who you are.
So I'm like, cool, alright, fine. I'll come later. We went back inside because it was getting cold and rainy, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try again. I see people getting it, and I'm like, okay, I'll go. And as soon as I went, they're like, we just sold out. And I'm like, on my knees, crying, sobbing, screaming, throwing up. All I wanted was just a free fried mozzarella corn dog.
Giant mozzarella stick.
That's all I wanted. You want it? Why is it so hard? I'm gonna have to go to H Mart now. And like actually buy a bag of them.
F in chat.
F in chat. Fighting for my life.
We went to this shop that was selling custard cakes.
Yeah, the moon cakes.
Yes. And they were really good. And so I was looking for a regular custard cake for C. And I looked there, and the only custard cake they have has boba in it. Like the tapioca boba in it. I'm like, trying to text her on Discord and be like, hey, they got the custard ones, but it got boba in it.
I wasn't paying attention because I was waiting for our food on a different line.
No response. So I get the cakes for her. And sure enough, there'd be boba in there. They were good cakes though, but that boba.
It was a lot of boba. It was a lot of boba.
Get that big ass balls out my cake.
I saw her making the cakes, and she put one big ass scoop of boba in there. I'm like, damn, she filling that shit up to the brim.
It wasn't bad though.
It tasted good. The texture.
It was really good. It was really
not
good.
You were not hitting.
That texture was not hitting.
Oh yeah, we were out in the cold for so long waiting for food, and like I didn't have my jacket on, so I lost feelings in my hand.
Yeah, your fingers blue. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I showed Pudding my fingers. I was like, oh my god, my fingers are blue. And Pudding was
Your
like,
hands
oh.
Your hands were literally shaking to the point where we had to put them in the paws.
Yeah, I had like my boba tea, and my hands were just straight up shaking. And they're like, put your hand in the paws. It's time for you to be a furry. Put it in the paws.
Put it in the paws. Instead of cuffs, you get put in paws.
It helped. It really did help.
You were like shaking. We were already back inside for a while.
Yeah,
when
we were in for like a
shaking.
good like 30 minutes.
We were waiting for our room. Like we had already gone to the Lolita panel, and we were waiting for our room. And then your hands were still shaking.
I went to the Kogaracon to have a panel, and I died of hypothermia.
Oh, you know, most normal Celeste experience.
Honestly. And then when we went to Miku Expo, you were like on fire. Like you were so hot.
It was so hot.
I mean, like, should we talk about the panel?
Yeah, we should talk about the panel. Well, first we were waiting for the panel because this guy was doing his panel. And like
bro had a whole sound mix out.
Here's the thing. Once the person ends, so you're supposed to be at your panel room 30 minutes before your panel starts. And
because they were going around to make sure if you were not there setting up, they were gonna put a panel canceled.
They would cancel your panel for you. We saw it. We witnessed it happen. So we made sure that we were there 30 minutes early, and we waited for the guy, and like his time came to an end, and it was like 30 minutes till ours started, and he kept talking and talking and talking. So then we went in, and we were like, you know, like, all right, we gotta set up. And he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be done soon. And he just kept talking and talking and talking. I think he left us with like 20 minutes to set up.
And mind you, we were setting up, and he was still breaking down his stuff because he had like a podcast. He was doing like a podcast episode. I was like, bro,
which like okay, I get that it's a lot of stuff. But if you are doing a panel, you should be mindful of your time and be considerate of the next people that need to set up. Because we are a bit far from the convention area, so we did not get to scope out our room, nor do any checks or practice for our panel.
Yeah. Which I will add that Kogaracon was very understanding.
They were.
They were like, we do rehearsals, they have mandatory rehearsals and stuff. And we were like, hey, we don't live close by, and we work kind of late. So how would that work? And they're like, hey, you know what? Don't stress about it. Just make sure that you're here early enough to get your tickets, and you're able to set up on time. And I'm like, say less. I already forced us to go early because I saw a cosplayer I really like, and she was hosting a panel.
Us going on like empty stomachs to make it to the con.
Yeah. But,
me offering you guys one haichu.
Yeah. As you drive 30 minutes on empty stomachs so we can see that one panel. I will say, I think it's kind of anti-black that this is the second time.
Yeah,
this is the second time we had a black cosplayer have a panel about cosplaying. And they scheduled them first in the morning.
They get really bad times because the thing about cons and like panels, early panels don't really get a lot of attendance because usually people come midday.
Yeah, so they were normally shocked. Both of them were shocked that they even got people to come.
They were, but like,
I could have understood DerpyCon because the person hosting the panel was also a judge.
Yeah. So
like Clarissa Blue hosting that panel, she was a judge. But like Stardust Megu wasn't a judge this time. She was just there. She was just chilling. And they had her early. Still.
Yeah, if you're doing a panel and they give you like a very early time, your panel basically got shot in the foot.
Yeah.
Like, not gonna lie, you got shot in the foot.
We were kind of hoping we didn't get that.
Yeah, we got lucky. We got like a 3 o'clock slot, which I think is a really, really good time because that's like peak convention time, is like late afternoon.
Yeah. But so they were kind of understanding about us not doing the rehearsal. So what happened is that after the first panel that we went to, we kind of scoped out the room, and that's how we found out about the panel canceled type of stuff. But yeah, that dude was just straight yapping to his like 70.
I was staring so intensely, like,
Mhm.
get out, get out, get out, get out.
Mhm.
And we still had to test because we also had to set up. Our friend brought her tripod, so we had to set up the tripod. We had to.
We did an impromptu decor.
Yeah, because I also bought my Ida bags. I bought like 4 Ida bags, so we had to set that up as well.
I wanted to do like doodles on the whiteboard, but they only had a highlighter instead of a regular marker. I was like, what?
The midline.
Yeah, they had the midliner. I'm like, this isn't a dry erase marker.
Oh, you know.
But
Community college
eventually.
experience.
Oh, another thing about that. So like, before we get into like the details of our panel, we were situated in the front of the class where the door was also at. There, it wasn't like those double-doored college classes. It was a single door class. So when we were presenting, there was people coming in while we were presenting and walking in front of us, which also got caught on the camera footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why we were just like, you know what? We'll just use the recording from Shenanigans.
Yeah,
It'll
that
probably
one
be better.
might be better, and I'll bring my camera to like actually record, so
Yeah.
we might
Won't
get
be
that
stuck on
high
Pudding's
def.
phone.
Yeah.
Taking up 5 gigs.
Gotta come
But, like-
prepared for the next 2 panels. Oh, we're prepared. We're gonna make edits on our panels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to actually. So, like, our panel went well. We say all of this to say.
Yeah,
The panel,
we did very successful.
Yeah,
Very
we had like a full
successful.
house.
Yeah.
There was concerns at first because there was like people being like looking into the room and they were like, "Oh, are you here for our panel?" They're like, "No," and then they leave. And there was this one guy who came in, asked what one of our friend was cosplayed as, and like she responded, and he was like, "Oh." And then he asked like what
we were
Pudding
dressed up
and
as.
Prince were dressed up as. And we're like, "Oh, nothing. We're not And as soon as we said he left. We didn't even get to finish saying cosplaying. He just walked out. And said like, "Oh," as he was walking out. We're like,
Like, damn.
like damn.
It was weird. It was wild. It was the most wildest experience. So I
And
was
he like came out of nowhere.
yeah.
Like we
So,
were
like-
talking, we turned around and he's there.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It like, I mean, like at first I was like, okay, we just need 5 people to come.
Yeah, I was
Five.
like, there's got to be at least like 5 people coming. Like it was like so tired. There's nobody waiting outside. I'm like, okay, like eventually like 5 people have to come, right? Right. It was a full house. It was a full house. All the chairs were
Yeah.
taken.
Mm-hmm.
It was like full. And like, so here's the thing. Celestia and I thought, normally we're professional yappers. Give us a topic, we're yapping your ear off for at least an hour. But surprisingly, we finished like about 30 minutes early.
Yeah, we still had like half an hour left.
Yeah. So we're like, oop. So we were like answering questions. We were like, anybody got questions? We like bringing up topics and stuff like that. So yeah, we actually got feedback that we needed to yap more.
Yeah. It was really nice. This old guy came by and he was like, "You guys talk a bit fast. You guys gotta like slow it down a little." And I was like, "You know what? That makes a lot of
Fair.
sense." Like right now, we're
Yeah.
talking pretty fast.
It's called the neurodivergent accent. Okay.
What? No. No.
Our next convention.
Oh,
Convention is us going
Speaking
to
of,
test it.
speaking of, I asked Pudding our friend if like I could borrow a petticoat, and they let me a petticoat because I thought I left my petticoat home. Turns out I did have my petticoat on. I just forgot I put it on.
Insane.
Oh,
Insane.
you know.
The normal behavior.
Most normal behavior.
Most normal. Like, I don't understand how you completely forgot your petticoat.
I really
Did you not
forgot.
feel it on your body?
I don't know. Like I put it on. I guess I got on the Uber, and it was gone. I never had it on. Your
brain dissipated.
Yeah, my brain was like, this information, we don't need it. Just throw it out. And I was like, oh, my petticoat. I was burning up during Miku Expo, but that's that. We'll get to that later.
Oh, good old Miku Expo.
Actually, I think I could probably pull up a picture of my cosplay for Miku Expo. I technically got pictures for like both of the events, but like I don't know if we want to show them.
Hey man, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like,
All
it
right.
wasn't bad.
I'll pull up some stuff.
I don't think you guys know what our panel was. I was really yapping about it and you don't know what it is. It was how to buy anime merch, which was what our panel was. Like how to buy it at a reasonable price.
Here, I got the picture. I got the picture of us standing in front of our panel. I just need to save it.
But yeah, it was basically how to buy anime merch. And it's weird because the person who were dealers came in right when we started talking about how dealers
and we knew that they were dealers because we saw them at past conventions before too.
Yeah.
Because you know we go to a lot of cons here, so we've seen them before.
Yeah. So they walked in right as like we started talking about dealers. We weren't shitting talking about dealers. We did say that they are pretty good to have, but they can be expensive.
We were basically saying beware of predatory dealers.
Yeah. Yes. Don't buy an $80 prize figure. I don't care how much you like Hawks. Don't buy Racing Miku prize figure for $50 like in Little Japan.
I'm gonna show a picture of us at our panel.
Magical girl doll.
Oh, the $80 magical
$80.
It's us at our panel.
That's us.
Oh my gosh, us.
Also, the lighting in that room horrendous.
We had 3 options.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Blinding bright, no light at all, or that middle option that you see in the picture.
Yeah.
There was
no.
There was no in between.
There wasn't any really in between. And we went for like half on, half off, because like that was our best bet, honestly. But you know, that's what happens when you're in a college classroom in a basement.
Yeah.
You know, with ceiling lights.
Hopefully the next con would be better.
Yeah.
At least the venue. Because this is the first time we're going to this convention because it's a new convention.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like pretty good. I would say overall, in my opinion, overall it was pretty good. I would say 8 on the con scale. I've been to worse cons. I've been to worse cons.
I'll say it's like 8 out of 10.
Yeah. It's just the internet.
They really need to fix the internet. Give people like better connections, especially in the artist alley area. I feel like that's very important to have good internet connection because like what if people want to pay with their phones? that other event we went to.
Oh, do you want to talk about that group or do you want to just leave that?
I don't think we should talk about the group, but we could talk about the event.
We never know the event. We never know who's in it. We can't be saying anything.
I think
they were right behind us at Miku Expo. We were close with that one.
I think it's safe that we could say our critiques about the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how they handle things, because things could definitely be handled better with their events, I feel.
100% better.
Basically, we went to a Valentine's Day event where it was like a talk thing. They had like a speed dating thing.
Speed dating as well as
Or, like-
trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was
And
good.
like a little mini artist alley too.
Yeah, they had a mini artist alley. Now my problem with the artist alley was that I wanted to get some goddamn Love Live merch and I couldn't pay with my phone because there was no internet signal.
Like none at all. Like
None
zero.
at all in that like small corner. There
Zero
was
bars.
no internet access.
One corner where they had that, no internet.
Like everywhere else
Not at
in
all.
the area had internet except for that one corner, and I felt so bad for the person like selling stuff there, cause like not everyone like carries cash sometimes. So like having like the
Or even
ability
their
to like
card.
yeah, or even their card. So having the ability to like pay on like PayPal or Venmo them some cash for something is pretty convenient, but you couldn't do it because the internet was so bad.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is that they're always hosting events at that venue. So like
Yeah.
that's gonna be
It's the same
constant
issues
thing.
every time, yeah.
And then like my thing is because I took part in the speed dating, and the thing about it is that the section that they had the speed dating was right next to the stage that they were playing music. Like
Yeah.
And having the
literally
trivia.
where the chairs were set up was right next to like one of the speakers.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
you're trying to do this and you're like yelling over the speakers to try and talk to people. And like mind you, this is like a multi-story venue place.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, I get that it was like February. So
Yeah.
we can't do it on the roof. But they should have had the speed dating in the hallway. Because
The hallway
like,
was very
the
long.
downstairs hallway area is really big.
It's very
Mhm.
big. It's very long. It's like very spacious. Like they definitely could have
Yeah.
had it there, and it would have been better because you could
Yeah.
actually hear who you are talking to.
Or like
Mhm.
on the like second floor or something.
Yeah.
Like one of those
And then
two places.
I think my big gripe was the boba event me and Pudding went to. That one was
Oh, sweet
really,
Jesus.
really, really,
was
really bad. Like
That was a
really, really
horrible
bad. It was it was a horrible experience. I think it scarred us from going to future events. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like okay, it had a cool concept, right? Boba Oran Host Club theme where the group basically are like the host members and they give you a
Yeah.
rose and they interact with you and there'll be like trivia, board games, and drawing. We're like, okay, yeah, this sounds pretty fun.
And it was $23 after tax.
Yeah.
Like the ticket for this thing.
The
So I'm
tickets
like,
were that much
okay.
price, and you have to buy boba when you go in. So that's like an
Yes.
additional like I don't know, like $8 or something.
Yeah.
So when we go there, it's still open to the public, and we find out that the area where the event is taking place is all the way in the back, and there is no space for us to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And they never capped the sales, so there was just people hanging out in the
It was
hallway.
people constantly coming in. And then you had people who were coming in just like as regular patrons to this.
Yeah,
like,
it got so
cafe.
bad. The boba machine broke down.
Yeah, they literally had to stop taking
The
orders,
kiosk
like,
broke. The
entire store had
kiosk
to
broke.
stop. Yeah, we broke the machine. They were getting so many orders that they literally couldn't process any more orders.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was crazy.
We
And
were lucky we
to
got
get that rose.
yeah, we were lucky to get the rose. We only got the rose because one of them noticed that we were just in the corner hanging out on our phones because like we couldn't participate in any activities.
And they had trivia, but only once. They did
Yeah, it was one trivia
once.
and it was like pretty fast. The boba
Yeah.
machine breaking down at the boba event. Yeah, it broke down for like an hour, then it was back up.
Yeah, they straight up had to take no orders. It was crazy.
Yeah, they had to close the shop for a bit.
Which is wild because I'm like, for how many people were there? We know good and well they made enough money to be able to just rent out the whole shop.
They could have. I think they really should have just taken the whole shop, and I think they could have just
Yeah.
done rotations. That
Or
way, it
cap
doesn't get
out
full.
The prices if they didn't
Yeah.
want to
Either cap
out the whole
tickets or
shop.
do rotations for the shop. That would have been like
Yeah.
the better option. But
because it was it was like an all day event practically.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
think-
from-
I think for when they do stuff like that, they definitely need to cap stuff and be very aware of the space because
Yes.
that really affects the enjoyability of the patrons.
yes,
Yeah,
but we did get to see a sick ass dragon.
Yeah, they did a
That was
cool
cool.
dragon dance at the boba place, which is pretty cool. And then like
Which wasn't
it
it wasn't part of the event. May I add?
No,
this?
it was
wasn't
for
part
the
of
New
event, It
Year.
was just something that was happening in the town.
yeah, it was because of the new year. And then
Yeah.
eventually we just got tired of the place and we're like, let's just go get ice cream.
So we went to go get ice cream, and we didn't eat any real food except for like some fries that were like what,
Yeah, we
$5?
got some like
some
$5 fries.
And then after we left, we found out there was a pizza shop like 2 shops down.
Yeah.
I'm like, and there was a Yestercades across the street. So to be real,
We could have just left.
Yeah, we could have just left and had more fun and been mad at the fact that we paid $20 for.
We were just staying there
Nothing.
because we spent $20. We were gonna milk that $20.
Oh yeah, we stayed until like
We
they were
took
about to
pictures.
close.
We stood there. We were like, we're getting our money's worth no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
didn't
yeah.
go. I was tempted to go, but I only didn't go because I was like, you know what? I'm not a big Orange Host Club fan.
Oh, you
So-
dodged a bullet.
So I was
Yeah, you
like, I
dodged a
don't want
bullet.
to take up space from the fans that want to go and called and like stayed home that day. And like hearing you guys talk about it, I'm like, ooh.
And the crazy thing too is that even in the room that the thing was like located, there wasn't any Oron Host Club like decorations or anything.
Oh
They
yeah,
like,
there
took some
wasn't.
rose petals and scattered it on one table,
Oh,
and
yeah,
that was
there
it.
Okay, there
And like
was
hung
like
up some fairy lights.
there was like a main table with fairy lights and roses, and that's where like all the board games and picture stuff was at. But like, here's the thing. I feel like they also should have like time limit people's like time on the board games, because they were just
Because there were some
there
people that were in there from the time we came
to the
at the
time we
start of the
ended,
event to the time we left.
and we never got to touch any of those board games.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling y'all, you should have got the maid cafe involved or something like that, and just had like upcharge it so that like you had to book an appointment to do like a host thing. Like,
Yeah.
all they had to do was do that. Get 8 people, each one is a host, so that's 8 slots per like 30 minutes. You could have chosen.
All right,
like-
guys, we're gonna do like a maid stream. We're gonna get the actual maid. Let me stop.
No, you can't do maid cafe.
Come on, let's open a
period.
maid cafe.
We can't do a maid cafe.
Sandcourt
on,
Maid
that
was
Cafe.
None of us,
Maid
None of-
Cafe. Maid Cafe.
guys, none of us are social enough for that.
Well, learn to be social. Maid cafe. That's
Maid
the perk of
Cafe.
it. You get to pick your maid.
You're
And, like, whatever
antisocial
maid you
maid.
Yeah, they yap about whatever their special interest is.
Not
and
your
they have their
special
own-
interest, by the way. Not your special interest. Our special interest.
Have you guys heard about the lore of Evilist Chronicles?
I can tell you about how Frieza's brother is non-canon in the timeline.
Let me tell you about every infectious disease that exists.
But like, and then you get paid. You get like an overpriced treat along with it. That you have
A little overpriced treat.
a little treat.
Oh, we
That you have
got
to
an
pay.
overpriced treat.
It's separate from the ticket, by the way. It's gonna be separate from the ticket. That's an extra upcharge.
Oh my
I can-
god.
I can't wait to tell you about obscure Dragon Ball lore. Or how Miyuri is trans.
Yeah. Come on. A maid cafe would be sick. Let's be real. And then each of us get our own special menus. Like, that would be so cool.
We'll think it's cool, and then we're gonna get somebody that's gonna be like, so have you guys ever watched the anime? My little sister is too cute, and then you have to kick them out.
Look,
You're
hey,
gonna have to-
we can kick people out. We can
Mhm.
kick weird, because the second I start talking about Kana and they get too into the conversation, I'm kicking them. I'm getting them the fuck out of there.
Oh god.
See, being a Kana fan from Dragon Maid is so bad, because whenever I see other people who are like, yeah, I like Kana too, it's always like a 50-50 of like, why do you like Kana? Why do you?
That's like me with Mayuri. It's like,
Or
with Mayuri, I've met 2 types of Mayuri fans: super queer, or super fucking weird about that scene he had with Nemu. Like there are no in betweens. There are no
Y'all.
in betweens.
Y'all are suffering.
Oh, being a Frieza fan is worse. Being a Frieza fan is worse because Frieza fans, it's literally just queer person, queer and or like black person. I'm not joking about the latter. The black person part is so weird being a Frieza fan to the point where I've seen more like pictures of Frieza as a black human than as a white. Like it's I'm like he has
The
way too
picture
many
of
people
Frieza
of
with
color as
wig.
his friends. I'm like, what? The last time I saw a Frieza Genjinka, he had dreads. I'm like, you can't be doing this to a man who calls people monkeys. But it's either you have
And
like people,
again, that is
It's-
the black experience.
it is.
Let's be
But-
real. Let's be real.
But I'm like, it's either queer and or black people that are his fans, or Republican racists. Those are the two.
Ooh.
I saw in real time somebody on Tumblr got ousted from the Tumblr Frieza fandom because they were outed
Oh my
as like
god.
actual Republican racists, like Trump
Oh,
supporters,
no.
and people are like, yeah, no.
Hey, man,
No.
That's also being a furry. Let's be real. You could either get like the super uwu cute queer person, or you could just get a hardcore racist.
The illusion of free choice. You are a furry. But I'm like, so like it is hardcore suffering. It's like that speed dating. Why I was really hitting it off with one of the guys, not the one I was talking to at the end, but one of the earlier guys, really hitting it off. And I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah, I like romance animes and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, a guy who likes romance animes?
Oh,
Let me impressed. Are we
I think it
talking
was
about
funny
My
when
Love
you
Story?
when you told me to like guess and I guessed it right.
Yeah, I'm like, are we talking My Love Story? Are we talking On Host Club? Like, what are we talking about? And he's like, yeah, I like romance animes, like Rent a Girlfriend. And I'm like, oh,
Rent a Girlfriend is my favorite romance anime.
This conversation took an interesting turn. We don't know how to keep ourselves on track. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, don't worry about it.
We get distracted.
I will
Easily.
say, with the beginning of us doing our panels, I think we can be probably better than the other group. I would say we do a
Yeah,
bit okay.
yeah.
I mean, like, they were also the group which kickstarted us doing our panels, because we went to one of their panels and we're like, this ain't the vibe.
I mean,
Yeah.
the one that we went to original, like the first one we went to,
first
that
one was
pretty
good.
cool.
The first one was
But
good.
that second
The
one,
second one was
that was literally them doing public humiliation for an hour and a half.
And then the third
That's
one.
what there was.
Well,
What was
the
the third
sec-
one?
No, the second one was
no. The
gay
second
one
one was the gay
gay
one. The
one
third one
also
was the
there.
public humiliation for an hour.
Yeah.
They had like people. It was a punishment game. So basically, if you lose, you had to do a punishment. They had people like tell their kinks, get on all fours and like crawl
Yeah.
on the floor and bark like a dog and shit like that.
Yeah.
We should have more con after talks. Now that I'm thinking,
Yeah, because they're probably sitting there listening to that like, oh.
like, what the what?
Oh.
When did you what?
Yeah.
Am I kink shaming? No, I have no right to kink shame. Nobody has. We're not kink shamers here.
Okay.
Oh, look, we
Here's my
cannot be
take.
kink shaming.
oh no. The fix
No,
that
no,
I
no.
write? The fix that I write? I can't be king shamed.
I'm gonna tell you right now that E621 is literally like Google has bookmarked that as like a site that I go on way too many. Like, look.
Listen, but I will say, some of the stuff that they thought would be like a little bit too saucy was very vanilla.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, what's your most shameful king?" And one of them was like, "Feet," and I'm like, "Oh, honey, oh, you wish feet was the worst thing like someone can be into."
I'm like, oh, this is kind of
Penis war.
kind of mid. This kind of mid.
I've seen it, and it scarred my mind.
But like, but
Y'all,
like,
you ever seen a manga with penis war?
wait, what?
I've seen it, but because you sent it to me,
If I had to
wait, what?
see it, other people had to see it.
Wait,
you had to
what?
send me the penis. Wasn't there one where like
But Pony
The
sent it to me
penis shot out,
originally.
like,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
wasn't
it shot
one of
out
them, like-
acid.
one of them was like penis shot out like acid cum?
Yeah,
So,
it did.
like-
It's the same one.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Oh. I think I just blocked it out and it was like too different.
Besties, what are you watching?
It was Pony. Pony sent that to me. I was like, what
Oh, yeah,
is
Pony
this?
And then I saw Sandy Cheeks penis cockbore on E621.
I
don't even. I did as.
I'm on break. What an amazing time to come in.
Do not bring up that one Etsy shop I found.
Oh.
Which one?
Oh.
The one that sells like cock and ball perfume.
Oh.
Armpit perfume.
Oh.
Sweaty shoe perfume, like that.
I'm sorry, Tony the
Oh.
Tiger's like musk
It was
perfume is wild.
It was Ascar's armpit sweat, I'll have you know.
There was one that wasn't there like a Tony the Tiger one where it's like somebody's like sweaty it was like somebody's sweaty taint or some shit like that. It was like I'm like
It
on
might have
Etsy. I'm like
And then
And I get my
reviews.
Etsy store closed?
Fan art stores get taken down left and right. I like you can't even put the image like a bleach image on there, but you can get Asgore's fucking taint as
Yeah.
as a aroma.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
I read the reviews and people were complaining that they don't smell like ass sweat. They're like, oh, I mean, it smelled like musk and like not cucumbers, like musk and oranges. Kind of not what I was expecting, but I mean, it came fast or whatever. I'm like, you're mad it didn't smell like ass juice? What do you mean?
I'm gonna be real with you. If I go somewhere, those are probably the same people who will never wash their fursuits. And if I go somewhere and it's smelling like
sweet
taint,
Jesus.
it's smelling like horse taint, I'm fighting. I'm
We go to
fighting.
Anthrocon. We go to Anthrocon, baby.
Oh,
Imagine going
God.
to work. Imagine going to work and somebody's out here smelling like fucking cock and ball.
Speaking of like con
Like,
sweat smell, it's a good thing that the con we're going to next month has a rule against being smelly. Like you'll get kicked out for it.
Yeah, they literally said if you don't take a proper bath and use deodorant, we'll
You're getting
kick
kicked
you
out of the con. You're getting kicked out of the con if you're not like
You're getting
clean.
kicked out of the con.
What is this conversation right now? That's a good question.
But it is a 21 plus convention, so I know people can get wild. Let's not bring up. We don't want an
Yeah.
incident like that happen at that K-pop awards. Let's be real.
Ooh.
We don't want that incident happening.
Listen, I'm just worried. I'm like, I need to see what this panel list is gonna look like for Shenanacon.
Oh, I'm gonna be.
I need
so
to see what's gonna be at that artist alley. Like, cause I'm gonna be a little bit worried. I'm gonna be. What if
Pussy
Smash
out,
and Pass
Daki
Extreme
Makara.
Our Smash or Pass Extreme Edition might not be the worst thing on that panel list. I'm gonna be real.
They
with you.
probably saw that and said, "Whoo, thank God," and approved it immediately. I want to know. You know what I want to know is what panels got denied. I want to know what panels got denied.
Well,
What was
that
they trying to
we would have to know like
advertise?
their verification like processes. I think we mainly got accepted because we already had like the content created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guys, want to talk about Miku Expo?
We could because we need to move on.
Chat, is this real?
Chad, is this real? But Miku Expo, let's talk about that.
Miku Expo.
Do you want to talk about the build up to Miku Expo or just the actual content?
I think we need to build up. I'm gonna be real, cause getting your happy stolen, I feel like that really kicked off what was.
Oh,
gonna end
I
up
talked
happening.
about my
alert!
happy. I spoke about my happy getting stolen multiple times on stream.
Mm.
Here's the spoiler, guys. I never got the happy. That merch line was like infinite. It was infinite. It just
Let's
kept
lead up to the
going.
merch line. Let's lead up to the merch line. Let's start.
Okay.
on the-
We got to Miku Expo. Miku Expo. The door opens at like 7. We got there at 2,
3.
3, 2, 3.
Yeah.
2. I think it was 3.
Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah, it is 3. That line was too long. Yeah, that line was too long. That long one was ridiculous.
It was insane, and there was 2 both lives were crazy.
They kissed.
Literally, they were scissoring.
Okay, so let's explain. So we got there at around 3. First of all, and I hate that they did this. They said, "Oh, because of the way that the venue is, we're going to make it so that there's no merch tent." And I find
Which,
that
like,
that's very stupid and unfair.
They could have
to
had
certain
it.
Places.
They could have had it because the Prudential Center is pretty big. Like
They have a lot of
they
space.
have a lot of space, and they could have just had it wrapped around like one of the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my thing is that, like, you have to have a consistent setup for each of your venues.
Yeah, it's not
can't
really
make-
fair for the attendees.
Yeah, you can't make it so that some venues, the general people have a fighting chance at getting stuff, and some venues, the VIP gets
Yeah.
first.
Because
either
in
the
this
VIP
case, the
gets first
VIP,
Or,
Yeah.
or everybody gets a chance.
yeah, in this case,
And
the
in this
VIP had
situation-
first dibs,
Yeah.
like a
And there
whole
are a lot
hour
of people
ahead
in
of general.
There
Yeah.
were a whole lot of people in VIP, so there was never a chance.
And mind
that
you,
anybody in general.
Mind you, by the time we got up there, we were basically in front of the general admissions line.
Yeah.
So,
what-
That
what is the
huge
truth?
line was predominantly
VIP.
VIP, which is crazy.
By the time we got in, the first line from the entrance for general admission, the area for general admission, that line wrapped around so far back that
That it
the end
reached-
of it was near the beginning of the second area. The
Mhm.
second line for the second merch area.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, okay, so the reason why we were like so like up front in the general was because we got there early. We went to go get Blaze, and then we went to like the center, and
Mhm.
it was like pretty like it was like it had people, but it wasn't like full.
A lot of people.
Yeah, it wasn't like a lot of people.
And there was still people trying to figure out because VIP had a different
Yeah.
entrance from
The
general. which
problem was,
like
that they never labeled anything.
yeah.
So
They
like
didn't even- I don't think they had anyone outside telling people.
no,
They
there
did.
wasn't. There wasn't.
there
so
was.
like
No, there
when
was.
For
there
VIP,
was?
there was like
For
one person in
VIP.
the VIP area
Yeah.
but
that was telling people.
like when Ray and our friend Mega came, they had to call me and they're like, where are you guys? And I'm like, we're in the back. It was actually the front. I don't know directions. But like it was very confusing because like the VIP line would seem like it's a general line, like you just wouldn't know.
Yeah. There was nothing clearly labeled.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You want to talk about how you got hit in the chest by a
Oh
leak?
yeah. There's
Okay.
this girl who had like a leak and she gave it to like another girl because she wanted the leak and she was kind of like vlogging the whole time, and like the leak kind of like snapped in half
We
at
gotta-
some point.
We gotta start from when we first met them at the VIP.
Oh yeah,
line.
we first met them at the VIP line. They were there just as early as us.
Yeah, they were like they pretty much walked up the same time, and so they were yelling like screaming.
They had
like,
lungs.
"Who's ready for
They
Miku
had
X
strong
time?"
ass lungs. They're like,
the
Miku!
entire time.
Miku!
And like, here's the
Miku!
thing. It like at first, like it kind of seemed like they were just there in a way.
Yeah.
Like,
Like they were just excited.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
having fun. But then like it just kept going for like 3 hours.
The
Oh
entire
my.
time we were waiting.
And like they were just yelling the whole time. I'm like, your lungs are gonna be destroyed the next day. Your throat, I feel so bad
Yeah.
for your throat. I'm so sorry. Your throat's gonna be so dead.
but like it became very obvious, like the more and more we were like around them because they were in front of us, that they were just straight up like vloggers.
Yeah, they were vlogging.
Yeah.
They were vlogging, and we're
Which, like-
oh,
There's nothing wrong with vlogging, especially when you go to like events and expos. But I will say, like, try to be respectful of people around you. You know, maybe don't throw food at people.
Yeah. Especially since when they started throwing the leak, it had been at a point in which there was like a lot of people.
Yeah, so a lot of people were
that
getting
had
hit with the
started
leak.
coming.
And also, people have been there like a long time.
Yeah.
But like, people were like kind of just ready to go inside and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Like,
Yeah, we had
3
been out there
hours
for,
of standing
like,
in line,
3.5
you kind of get
hours.
tired. Like, our legs are killing.
Yeah.
And like, when we got there, it was like super, super hot, like sun blazing, like goddamn 80 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm.
Dip for a second so I could get water for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that
There
bad.
There was a furry there. The
Oh yeah,
my
the
God.
Kamala Happy Miku furry.
that we found their fursuit, and we were like,
Yeah.
they
Like-
paid minimum $8,000 for that fursuit.
At least $8,000 for that.
minimum
fursuit.
$8,000. Maximum $20,000.
I give it to them for wearing that for the expo at like 80 degrees outside. Like, they
They've
had to
been
be
to
dying.
other expos, by the way. They've been to
Oh
other
my
expos.
gosh. They had to die in that costume. I'm sorry.
And they're gonna be at Anthrocon this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they were at other expos because I looked at their Twitter. But it was a lot. I'm like, oop, that's dedication.
And we were like in the venue trying to find them, and I was like, oh, they probably put their fursuit in the car. I was like, don't let me find that car. But it's probably in the car.
Pudding is ready to steal a fursuit.
Look, man, I'm itching, scratching, foaming at the mouth.
I'm sure you'll get one day.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
I've been
Believe in
stalking a
yourself.
bunch of fursuit makers on Twitter because I'm like picking out which one is like cute and shit like that, knowing damn well I'm not gonna be able to get a fursuit in the next like 2 years.
2 years fly bys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. I would say that it was a
Pretty good
Good
experience.
one.
I got hit with a leak on the chest.
that
Yeah.
that leak one, the vlog
That
was just rude. I'll be real.
That
Yeah,
really
it was
was
very rude. I was like, that's pretty rude.
Cause like at first I was like, okay, yeah, hyped up and all that stuff, but they kept going, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Don't
Dude.
throw shit at people.
yeah, don't
And
do
then-
food.
One of the links hit a parent in like the face. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I saw
I
that
didn't know-
too.
that's like, no.
Yeah.
And I bet the person who had gave them the leak was probably like, damn it, fuck.
Mm,
Wrong person to give the
No.
leak to.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it wasn't bad. I gave out I had made like some charms the night before to give out, and it was pretty good. I got like some candy bracelets and stickers and stuff like that. Like it was
Yeah.
a nice experience.
Yeah. They got a lot of
Um,
stuff.
People
Uh-huh.
were really admiring my dedication to the Kaito bits.
The few Kaito fans we found that were shaking, crying, like, oh my god!
Yeah, they were just like, can we see the bag? Like the dedication to the bit, you know.
Show
The
me
bag.
the goods. Show me the goods.
Bag.
Takes my 2 plushies with me.
Didn't you have like 3?
The third one was a tiger and bunny alpaca plus. That,
Okay. But you know, it is
but-
blue. It could pass.
yeah, it really fit the vibe. It fit
It
the
really
theme.
did.
And the funny thing is that Blue Rose is an idol in the anime, so I'm like, damn, really
It
fit
works.
the theme.
It works.
It works.
I was
But-
in Miku cosplay, so a lot of cosplayers asked me to take pictures with them.
There are so many
Rip-
vampire
Can we
Mikus.
talk about
There
the
were so many vampire
that
Mikus.
vampire-
I was
so
cosplayed
many
as vampire
vampire
Mikus, and there were so many other vampire Mikus.
so-called free thinkers when they see me.
I
So-called
think
thinkers.
I saw like 5 vampire Mikus, including you, and then like 3 fairy type Mikus.
We got
Wait,
somebody.
No, there was like 4 or
some-
5 fairies.
Somebody literally gave us stickers of Vampire Miku, which is
Yeah.
funny because there's like a fit because Vampire Miku is so popular. Along with the Nenjoy, they're recently coming out with merch with the whole cast in like that whole Jirake Yami Kawaii type of clothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
She also has a
So-called
pop-up
free
figure.
thinkers. So-called free thinkers when Vampire Miku exists. But I mean, like this dedicated people were dedicated. That was some
Mhm.
dedication.
Yeah.
Some
See, I was
dedication
so
to the-
hot because I was wearing like the Miku cosplay, and then I also got the happy that Ray helped me get. So I had like the long sleeve shirt, and then I had like a skirt and a petticoat under, and then the happy over.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't blow up. I'm gonna be real. Then again, I'm not any better by wearing.
And the wig.
Oh
And the
yeah,
wig!
and I had the wig on, and I had makeup on too.
And you already have super long hair, so I knew.
Oh no, I cut my hair.
You cut your hair?
Yeah, I cut my hair.
Oh wow. I mean, it's still puffy and long.
Yeah, it looks long and like puffy, but if it's like straightened, it's like a little below shoulder.
Huh. Hey man, this is coming from someone with super short hair, so like
Curly hair just bees like that.
any hair that goes down to your like neck is long to me.
Because curls kind of deceive.
Imagine cutting hair.
I cut my hair, I'm gonna be real.
But
Okay.
it wasn't bad. I will also say, the TV, small as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
By the time
tiny,
they came-
itty bitty.
By the time they came to the center, like, they had added to the stage. They had like added some stuff for visuals and
Yeah,
all that. So the stage didn't look barren.
yeah.
But
But
the
she was
TV,
still tiny.
she was tiny,
Itty bitty.
small, and they didn't use the
For real, I
jumbotron.
was struggling
like-
to see. Oh my gosh, Mega. Yeah, you probably were struggling like a little bit more than us because like your position was like downer than us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but itty bitty. He was, and my thing is that if you're going to be at bigger venues, like when we were in the Hammerstein Ballroom for like the first time we went to Miku
Oh my
Expo,
god.
that one
Glow
was
sticks
much
will not be
better.
sold in Mexico for Miku Expo.
The light sticks aren't going to be sold in Mex. Oh, hold on.
That's
I need to go.
fucked up.
I need to go to the Facebook group.
I
because
just
those-
saw this on Twitter. It just got sent out right now.
Oh no! Hold on, no.
I'm like, what?
That's so fucked
They got
up.
different merch than
No.
us,
They always get different merch from us.
but
Mm.
ooh,
Yeah,
fuck the
they
glow
really said
stick.
fuck Mexico.
Oh no!
Damn.
I feel so bad for them. They always
Yeah.
get the short end of the stick. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But it was itty bitty. It was itty bitty to
Itty
see
bitty.
that. And again, as I was saying, the Hammerstein Ballroom wasn't bad because it was a smaller venue. But when you're in a huge ass venue like Prudential Center, if you're making I don't care if you want her to be actual life size, you can make her bigger.
My
'Cause
problem with it is that the Prudential Center has Jumbotron screens, which means they could have projected Miku on top of
At the very
those
least.
screens, and they also had
Yeah.
side screens on the main stage area that they could have further project either like close-up shots or like cool camera angles with Miku, because now she's on an LED. You could just do crazy shots like back, side, and like front
Honestly.
angles and stuff like that. They could have
Yeah.
gotten like very creative with that end, but they didn't utilize the areas. I mean, I understand that like not all venues would have like jumbo screens or different screens, but I say like if they're available, use them.
And
Mhm.
normally, here's the thing: they normally are in venues that are really big. And if you're in a venue that's really big, at least make it easier for everybody in the audience to see. Look, when I went to see Billy Joel, I went to see Billy Joel in Madison Square Gardens. We were in the nosebleed seats, me and my mom, in the nosebleed seats. But you want to know what they used? They used the jumbo screen.
Mhm.
So it didn't matter that Mr. Joel was so tiny on the stage
Yeah.
with his big ass piano. I could see him on the jumbo screen, and it was fine.
And
So,
we
like,
had pretty good seats too.
Yeah, we
I
had
think
pretty
in the
decent
nosebleed
seats.
section, because there were nosebleed sections.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the sections that were like really close to the stage kind of got fucked on that end. Like you get a really
Yeah.
bad angle the closer you are to the screens, unless you're like front facing VIP, I think.
Yeah. So I hate to be the ones that were at the side, like at the actual side of
Mhm.
the TV. But outside of the TV, I will say I had some doubt. I was kind of concerned about the band. The band was shredding it up.
They
Oh
killed
yeah,
it.
that guitarist,
That guitarist, Vixen's Diary,
Vixen's
They killed
Diary,
it.
she was
she was killing it.
she was killing it.
They were going hard.
She was in
Going
that
off.
cage for our safety.
Yeah. Everyone else was in there for their safety. She was in there for our safety.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing about Miku Expo was when Pudding learned the meaning behind like 2 songs.
I was sitting there like, these songs are so cool. And then Prince told me about the meaning behind Vampire and On the Rocks. And I'm
Yeah,
sitting here
You're like, yeah,
like,
Vampire is a
what
sex
do you
song. And you're like,
mean?
what? I was like, yeah, it's about sucking, sucking dick.
I'm like, there are children. There are literal babies, not babies, but
They
like,
don't check the
children,
lyrics.
like-
The kids
like,
don't check
what?
the lyrics.
I'm sitting there like, hello?
You saw how
And
many
then On the
vampire
Rocks
cosplayers
came on.
were?
On the Rocks came on, and I'm like, oh yeah, my favorite song about having sex with your bartender. And you're
Yeah.
like,
What?
what? I was like,
And then
yeah.
Gimme came on, and I'm like, what do you mean this is a song about cheating on your boyfriend? What do you mean? It's about 2 lesbians cheating on their boyfriend at the club. Like, hello?
The relevation.
Listen, I was just on the Rocks. I was like, yeah, one of the lines in On the Rocks is, I'll take off this dress and get naked. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is. That's why you get like the interlude of like them jamming out and being together. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what's going on during that scene. You know
Yeah.
what's going on during
like,
that scene.
Also, I wanted to maim a lady while they were standing up in the Michael song.
Oh, you want to talk about the couple that was like next to us who kicked these kids out their seat? And
Oh.
sat down?
Oh yeah, where me and Ray were sitting, we were like sitting and there was like these 2 girls next to us and we were like, okay, like yeah, they're there. And then like mid concert, these like 2 like people come and they were like talking to them and we're just watching. And like the girls left and like I guess like they were in the wrong seat like for like almost half the concert. And we're just like, what?
But honestly,
What?
shame on them for coming in like 3 songs into Miku Expo. Like,
They were
come
probably on
get
the
it
merch
together.
line.
They were also
Because
were the ones that
I was
like,
looking on Twitter and a lot of people came in late because they were on the merch line.
Yeah.
He tried to leave during the before the last song,
People don't know about the encores.
They don't.
and then there was like the couple in front of us, and
And the
like
guy.
it was very obvious. It was like the boyfriend only went because like the girl made him go
Yeah.
because like he was looking up.
And then I looked over and I saw him pull up Google on his phone. I'm like, oh, what he looking up? And he looked up how long is Miku Expo, and we were like 5 songs. No, this was like halfway through Miku Expo. I'm like, oh honey, he don't know.
They don't know.
And then there was the 2 girls perpendicular to us, where one of them left, I guess, to go to the merch line or whatever.
Or to
I'd
get
like-
something to eat.
Yeah, to get something, and then her friend,
Oh,
like, this is during
yeah.
the Kaito song, she stands up and will not sit down, like she's trying to call
No,
the
no, no,
girl.
no. The funny part, because I was watching it go down. I'm like, is she trying to like call her someone? And like she was like trying to look up, and she was like waving her glow stick. But the funny part is that she kept her glow stick Miku colored. And
No, she kept
everyone had their
blue,
glow
but it was-
stick. Everyone. Oh no, yeah, it was Kaito color. She had her glow stick Kaito color, and the problem is everyone had their stick Kaito color.
So she's waving
Yeah.
her stick while everybody is
So it was like, hey, come down here. I'm waving the stick. Everyone's waving their stick to the beat.
Yeah.
I was
wanted
just
to
watching,
name her.
like, oh,
I
honey,
wanted
what
to
are
name
you
her.
doing?
But she did sit down just in time for me to see Kaito dancing, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I was ready to hop over the seat.
Strangles you.
Strangle. I get 1.5 songs for that man. 1.5 songs for that boy. I'm going to see it. Alright? I'm trying to make myself as Kaito's number 2 fan.
Number
like,
2
I need,
fan. Yeah, you
like-
can't take number 1.
I can't
Yeah,
be number
nah.
1.
You can't.
That
You
is
can't. You
safe
can't. No.
for his- That's safe for his voice provider. I can only aim to be number 2. I went on his Twitter during his last birthday. His voice provider had the doll and was like singing to him like Happy
Yeah, I
birthday,
saw
my
it. Was
son."
so cute. I always find it cute when like he poses like Kaito with his cats, and he's like, he's saying hi to his sisters.
Yeah, and he like always takes like a Kaito plush with him.
Yeah,
especially
it's
when
so
he's, like, going to
cute. Oh
sing.
my god, his Twitter is so wholesome.
He tweets nonstop, but he like also interacts with fans, so
He
he
does.
posts like a lot
Even
of
in like
songs and
English,
stuff like
there was a point where he was saying like hello in like different languages every day. Like Kaito
Yeah.
says hello in like different languages, and I was like, oh, that's cute. He's being like very inclusive of like everyone.
Yeah, and so like he like always like if he sees like fan art that he likes, or like he's not even fan art, he just sees Kaito fan art, he'll try and like comment on it. So like he is Kaito's #1 fan. I think he's like the only voice provider that's like actively like a supporter of like his Vocaloid. His vocal
I don't think any other voice provider goes that hard. Not that I know of.
No, but I'm trying to be his #2 fan. I can't do that if I can't see the man. Like,
Go white boy.
Beat you with my light
go white
stick.
boy, go. I mean, go Japanese boy, go technically, but
Technically.
Should we talk
But it
about
was
the
pretty
weird
good.
guy in the aftercon?
hold on.
Huh?
Let me just add. I will say, the concert, the set list kind of carried it.
The set list
The
was
set list,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, the set list was chef kiss.
Like amazing choice in songs.
Yeah, like it was a nice balance of new songs and older songs and stuff like that. So like I really thought the set list was pretty good. The build up to the concert, I'm throwing hands with Crunchyroll. I'm beating them to death.
Honestly.
Yeah, the build up was pretty yikes, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty
Like-
concerning.
I
But-
still hate
Yeah.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
But the set list,
Blowing country. If Crunchyroll ain't got one hater,
consider me dead. Consider me dead. I even at the panel, somebody asked like, should we buy? What do you think about Crunchyroll store? I'm like, buy literally anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a reason you're not on this. But like, if Crunchyroll has 0 haters, consider me dead. Consider me long gone from this world. That being said, the concert itself, pretty good.
pretty good.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. Now after,
After was when
Oh,
the weird
God.
shit started happening.
Oh god.
so the concert ended at like around 10. It was like 2 hours. So after, we're kind of chilling, doing a small post-yap session.
Post
You know,
yapping. Waiting for
calming
Puddin to
down.
get picked up.
Yeah, waiting for Puddin to get picked up.
Yeah.
And then
This-
out of nowhere,
This
some
guy
random
rolls
guy
up
just
to
came
us.
up to us.
And he was like, hey, you guys need a chauffeur? I can match up to any Uber price. And we were like,
And he had his phone out with like
he
the app,
had the Uber app
open.
open. He had the Uber app open. We were like, no, we're fine. And then like he started walking up to Pudding. I was like, no. She's with us. She's with us.
Like, okay, ladies, have a good day. And then he like briskly walked off, and he was like going to every group of people he could find.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so creepy.
And the crazy thing, we never saw him get into his car. We just saw him cross the street, and then we never saw him again.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
He like literally, he went up to people who were getting on the bus.
Yeah.
Like people literally getting on the bus.
Cause like, okay, so like
And he
here's
was,
the
like-
thing with Prudential Center. It's not that far from like the central train station, basically.
Yeah.
Like
Literally.
if
it's
you
like
come
a
from New
5-minute
York, you could
walk.
hop on there. If you come from like a different state, you could just literally go there and hop to like a different state.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take the Amtrak train to.
Not to mention, there's also a highway that
Yeah,
runs.
yeah,
that
there's
will
also a
lead you to, like,
highway.
New York.
So it was like
Or anywhere in the
So like literally, you could. But he was like literally talking to every single group, people getting on the bus, and then he just walked off and disappeared. And like, it was so weird.
yeah, it
And
was
I'm like-
weird.
And I'm like, well, at that point, why don't you just join Uber or Lyft? And then I'm like, if you can't join Uber or Lyft for whatever reason, that just means you got banned. I think it's worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that
or
was
like
kind of concerning.
The pay that Uber and Lyft gives isn't that good.
But then
like,
he was trying to like compare
if you're
to
willing
it.
to go through the hassle of like stalking out a like concert and then like asking every single group, like clearly we see that you're dedicated to the grind.
But he had to be like stalking things out to like know that the concert was going.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I think I was like, how long was he out there?
Yeah. It was weird.
I have a feeling he was asking as people were coming out and stuff, because we stayed inside until they started saying, all right, time to leave.
That's true, boys. Yeah, we stood there until they kicked us out.
But it's like, so... Oh, Pudding, do you want to talk about your $12 ice cream?
God. So, you know, every venue marks up their prices. We were walking past and looking at some of the prices. A bottle of like Aquafina or Dasani water, I forgot which one it was.
It's like $7.
It was $7. No, it was $8 because it was like $7.39 or something like that.
Yeah.
And you know they had taxes. And so I'm like, and so I went to go get ice cream and it said like $8 or something for like the ice cream, and I'm like, it's ice cream with sprinkles and I kind of want ice cream. I got the money, might as well. Like $7 water is fucking insane. I'm like,
the airport,
might as well.
What was the airline water?
I got Gatorade and it was like $6 and you couldn't take the cap, and I'm like, what?
Okay, my problem with the cap is like, thank God we're sitting next to each other, because imagine if you're just sitting next to someone you don't know, it's a dim venue, and they just slip something into your drink.
Yeah.
That's like my biggest concern. I'm like, you can't be giving people no caps at a venue where you already take any drinks that they come in with. Like, like especially when most of these events are like dark, someone could literally drug you.
Exactly. And clearly what we saw with the guy going around asking people, security didn't give two flying shits about what was going on, because no one stopped the guy.
Yeah, no one stopped the guy.
Like, I go to buy the ice cream and I go to pay, and that shit said 12 something. I'm like, how would it go from $8 to $12? Like, I know damn well tax ain't that like crazy in New Jersey. Like, I literally work retail. I know by heart what the tax percentage in New Jersey
they charge that airport style food.
That shit ain't 8 don't equal to 12. So I'm confused how we got to 12 plus.
You know what? It was probably like $4 for those sprinkles. Sorry, those sprinkles were a little expensive.
Not even to mention that New Jersey doesn't charge tax for food. So then what was they doing?
Well, you got taxed on... I really think they just charge you $4 for sprinkles.
That's insane. Because nowhere on the menu did it mention that sprinkles were an extra price.
That's how they get you.
I'm like... blowing up convention halls with my mind, because what do you mean you charge me $12 for a cup of ice cream? No cone, just a cup? Okay. Insane.
The no cap is wild.
That no cap was crazy.
No cap was crazy.
Yeah, like honestly, I was like, this feels very unsafe.
I was worried I was gonna spill that on one of my kaitos. I was like, damn.
Honestly, like when
one of our friends from the group did say that they fell and their drink fell and it spilled on them because they couldn't have a cap.
The cap, yeah.
Even Ray was concerned when I was going down the stairs. She was like, I'm gonna hold your drink if you fall, because I was wearing platforms too.
Yeah, walking down those steep ass stairs.
Yeah.
And the thing that confused me is like, I don't understand. Like, you see me, you're handing me the drink. Like, this is literally like a 1-to-1, no middleman. Like, I see the drink, you see me getting the drink, you see me opening it. So what do they think I'm gonna do with the drink?
They probably think you're gonna like put liquor in it or something. But the thing is, like, they check your bags and they confiscate any liquid you take. So
Is it
like it
because
doesn't really matter.
I'm like, is it because they're afraid that we're gonna throw it at like some like people?
At somebody.
But then I'm like,
It doesn't make sense. No.
yeah,
So,
and I'm like, are they afraid that like some kid is gonna choke on it? Because at that point, that's
my
just
God.
the parent.
yeah.
Okay, so like at some point where like those girls had to leave their seat and like new people were coming in, I thought they were like trying to like skedaddle over to like the other side of us. So I stood up for a second and I forgot my phone was like on my lap, but I had like so much layers on, I didn't feel my phone. So during like the Love Shot, Love Cure song playing on, I'm like, where's my phone? I started looking around, like, where's my phone? And then like the song started playing and I really liked the song, so I just stopped looking for my phone and I started chanting to the song.
Losing a phone is a small price to pay for Miku for Love Shot.
Listen, I did not, I could not miss the Miku beam. I'll have you know, I have my priorities straight. Miku beam over my phone. It's okay, I found my phone, it fell down to the people in front of us and I managed to grab it.
Insane. I really can't believe that Miku really possessed your body and said, you don't need a phone.
You gotta do the chants, the idol chants.
You really have an idle brain rot, don't you?
I do, I really do. If I ever go to a Love Live concert, it's over for me. I'm gonna explode.
Blows up.
Yeah, Ray was recording a lot of the songs. I actually found someone who recorded like the whole Nork event on YouTube.
That's crazy.
But they're like super far. Oh, also about that, the audio where we were at, it was a little bit crunchy.
I found that the audio was a little bit unleveled. Like,
yeah,
the band was overplaying
over the vocals.
Actual
but
lyrics.
from what I heard from the recordings of VIP, it sounded a little better. So I think like the closer to the stage you were, the better. But the farther you were, the vocals were a little low.
Wild.
Yeah.
They said fuck poor people for real.
Poors.
You poor. Get to the back of the venue, you poor.
Average Crunchyroll type of experience, considering how they did their every time they did their
It's no wavering.
Their pre-sale tickets were only available to Crunchyroll members, and it wasn't even all the members. So like that's normal.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
But it's just I was like. For all this money, for $133, no, you could fix the audio. You could do some backgrounds with the Miku with the LEDs.
The only thing I could hope for is that they'll improve for next year, considering they improved the online stuff last time when they got so much backlash.
Yeah.
Cause man, I remember the online expos got a lot of backlash.
Oh yeah, people were like, "Where did all our money go?" And I'm like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
That's why they really went all out and beyond for that Kaito and Mako one.
Yeah.
They learned their lesson. They learned their lesson.
The people get aggressive.
If Crunchyroll ain't got one hater, consider me dead.
Oh god.
At least we didn't pay $600.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
I mean, in a way, we're kind of blessed to live in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy access to a lot of events. Events happening in New York, easy access. Events happening in New Jersey, easy access. Events happening in Pennsylvania, easy access.
That Living Tombstone concert.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania is kind of a stretch. It depends on which part of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because we were shaking and crying trying to get to Anthrocon.
When you recommended the Airbnb, and I was like, did you check the location? Because some locations seem very close, but they're actually very far in PA. Then you checked, and it was like,
Airbnb that had no carbon. It was like no carbon monoxide, no
heat, no water,
no fire. No hot water.
No hot
fire
water. Yeah,
alarm.
no hot water. No fire alarm. No carbon monoxide alarm.
It had a carbon monoxide. It just didn't have a fire one.
The one that was like across the bridge.
Yeah, and it was like 30 minutes away from the convention
Yeah,
hall.
and I was like, you should really check the
driving.
locations of those areas because they might seem close, but they're probably not. And then we checked, and it was like, yeah.
It was like 30 minutes driving away.
Yeah,
from the
I was like,
convention
classic Pennsylvania. Can't get anywhere without a car. You can't do the public transport because the public transport is basically non-existent.
hall. Average country, average like country type location.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how it is in Texas. Let's be real.
Yeah, I remember when
As
we were in
someone who's
Texas, and me and our friend had to walk to the 7-Eleven.
And y'all, I was sleeping like a
Bruh.
baby in the hotel.
Pudding
Y'all
was
come
knocked
back talking
out.
about-
We were like, let's go get some food and like some drinks at the 7-Eleven. We're like, yeah, we could walk it. We did that walk. We damn near died crossing the goddamn
Y'all came back and it was
highway.
like, we almost died.
It was
we were
hot as
cooked. I was like,
shit.
what
We
do
were
you
getting
mean?
baked.
I'm like, y'all should have told me because I would have told y'all that Texas, like, if you cannot walk in Texas, there's no such thing as a walkable city in Texas.
We learned our
Like,
lesson that day.
That 7-Eleven can be 2 minutes driving.
That shit
and
was a
walking
good
it's like an
mile
hour and a
away.
half.
Wait, no, I think it was like a 10
Yeah.
or 15-minute walk, but damn.
And then it was
Damn.
crazy because literally on the other side there was a Whataburger,
Yeah.
like literally, and a gas station, like literally like a 5-minute walk away.
I don't know
No,
what
it was
we
like
were
a 10-minute
thinking.
walk from
I
the
don't think we were
hotel.
thinking. We got off the plane, we got to the hotel, and our brains was not functioning.
Not at all.
The squad relies
Oh
on
my-
a shared cell.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that one guy when we were in Texas that was screaming at the hotel.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the
God.
guy who was like, I forgot what the hell did he said.
He was screaming the N-word.
Yeah, and he was like doing like a whole spiel about like white supremacy
Yeah,
and like
right
like-
outside of our hotel.
yeah, right
door.
outside. Like we got into our room, we're like, cool, this is like a good room. We're gonna chill, and then that guy started like spewing like the most like racist shit ever. And we were like,
Yes.
oh, we need to get out of here.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
need to
we're-
get out of here.
we are not safe right
We're not-
here.
we looked at our skin tone. We were like, we need to get out of here.
Yeah. We looked at the one white person like, just go to the front office and be like, hey, this guy is being racist. And so they did move us. And then the person was like, oh, we think because we were making a plan. We were like, oh, we're going to go to the 7-Eleven
Yeah.
around the corner.
No.
and then
It was I think it was
the
like a
Walmart.
Target or a Walmart. It was
It was
Walmart.
a Walmart.
We were like, oh,
We're
we
like,
could
we're
go
gonna
to like
the Walmart
Walmart,
that's right
and they're
next-
like, you shouldn't do that.
We were like, no, they were like, oh, he's gone now. Like, because most hotels and motels in Texas are open aired. Like motels. It was like, oh, they just kind of wander in, and we heard that he had moved on to the Walmart next door. We're like,
No, like the police detained him at the Walmart.
I don't think they did.
Oh, I don't know.
Or like the police were talking with
yeah,
him.
the police were
Like, they
talking with him
inviting
at the Walmart,
And I'm like, ugh.
and we are like, oh.
Anyway, all that to say, I'm going to Texas this Thursday.
Oh yeah, that was also our first time drinking or having a taste of alcohol.
Hell yeah. I was wasted.
Yeah, you got wasted so fast. I think it was like 10 to 15 minutes after you drank and it was over.
I had 1.5 cans. No, it was 1 can because we split.
Yeah, you had like one can
2
of
cans.
beer and like
Oh god. But look, man,
It was a fun time, I'm not gonna lie.
Arizona came out with hard tea, lemonade, and juice.
Ooh.
Shit slaps. As someone who hates the taste of alcohol, that shit slaps.
Yeah, I hate that taste of alcohol too.
It's ass, I'm telling. If anyone tells you that alcohol isn't bad, they're an alcoholic, because that shit tastes like ass. Tastes like I just
Me and Jenny.
anyone who tells you. I remember one time one of my family members was trying to give me wine. It was like, oh, it tastes just like grape juice. I taste that shit. I'm like, what grapes y'all be eating? What grapes y'all be eating? Because this shit tastes like ass. Straight tastes like booty cheeks. This tasted like I opened up a bottle of fucking Purell hand sanitizer and downed that shit, and then you spritzed fruit perfume in my face. That's what that shit tasted.
That was like how I had soju. I was in Korea and they would be like, "Oh yeah, soju tastes just like fruit juice." I'm like, "What fruit juice are you drinking?" Because this tastes like straight up bleach.
They are in some hard denial.
They'd be knocking back that soju like it was nothing. I'm like, I think you guys are only able to. I was like, I think you guys are only able to stomach it because it costs $1. Like, outside of that, why are you able to do? Also, when I was in Germany, people were like, "Oh, you think beer tastes bad because your American beer tastes so bad. If you have nice German beer, it's so much better. Just have this nice IPA or this nice stout or whatever." I'm like, this shit tastes horrible no matter what. Give me a mixed drink where I can't taste anything before I can't do this.
But like the Arizona hard tea that they have, you could still taste the alcohol. I'm not gonna sit here and blow wind up your ass.
But it's not as bad, I'm guessing.
It's not as bad. It's some of the flavors straight up taste like Arizona with like a little bit of alcohol in it. But
Okay,
like,
that's not bad.
Again, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it don't taste like alcohol. That shit tastes like alcohol. It just tastes like Arizona tea that's been spiked. It tastes like what it is. Let's be real. But it's not bad. I would buy it again. Lucky me, I live around the corner from a liquor store. But hey man.
Isn't that just the average New Jersey experience?
Yeah. If you don't live in the white part of New Jersey, you live right around the corner from a liquor store.
White part of New Jersey. Listen, if you live in the white part of New Jersey, you do live around the corner store from a liquor store. It's just in your supermarket instead of separate stores.
Oh, yeah, that's true actually.
Or it's called a wine shop. It's called a wine shop.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And
you're right.
The wine is like 2 aisles and the rest is just normal liquor.
Yeah.
Right, checks out. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that yap session. I think we can conclude this yap session.
Yeah. I need to get ready for tomorrow anyway.
Oh yeah. Time to sleep.
Yeah, time to sleep. Let's look for someone to raid.
All in all, Kogaracon, great. Miku Expo, pretty okay. Pretty good.
We had a good time, and it was funny because Miku was like 3 days after Kogara.
Yeah, we were.
So we went to like event back to back, and next month we're going to another event.
Imagine if we would have went to that New Jersey furry convention.
Oh, it would have been over.
We literally would have went to Kogaracon, the furry convention, then Miku Expo, because I think the furry convention was
God, I think we would have been dead.
We would have been dead.
That would have been too much.
Yeah, that would have been a little too much.
Yeah.
My dad wanted to go to like PA this weekend, and I had to say no. I was like, I need a day to chill, bro.
Nah.
I've been doing like hangouts and stuff. I'm like, I need to chill.
That impromptu Pennsylvania trip on Mother's Day, no less. Without your mother.
He always does that. It's like okay, like the day's going fine, and then it's like, hey, tomorrow you want to go to Pennsylvania? Like,
just be
what?
like, what?
What?
On Mother's Day without your mother. Insane. Literally insane.
Most normal father.
Oh gosh. Alright, we're gonna raid out to Arya, who's playing Minecraft. Let's support fellow sluggies.
Hell yeah.
But thank you guys for coming. I'm doing art with Ray on Thursday. Oh my god.
Tomorrow?
Ray's streaming tomorrow. She's playing Buckshot Roulette. These guys should give that a watch. It's a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
Alright. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.